Dardanelle's been over for a week or so now, but I wanted to give y'all a quick recap. Just talk a little bit about the key bait from Dardanelle and a little bit about the lake and the conditions and what we were faced with. Going into it, I really thought that I was going to be able to fish my strengths, which is offshore, fish specific targets, stumps, trees, hard spots, things like that, just off the bank places that I didn't think everybody would be fishing. But as most of you already know, the lake was high, we had a lot of rain, the water was really dirty, but I continued to try to fish that pattern each and every day of practice, and it continued to work. I got some bites here and there doing it, but the key bait for me during the event was the Genie worm. It's kind of a newer style worm. It's one that not a lot of people have used or seen. It works really good. Way I was fishing it is I just thrown on a 7.6 medium heavy 13 fishing Envy Black rod, and with a 7.3 to 1 Concept E reel. And the reason why I was throwing it on that setup is I wanted a longer rod so I could make long casts. It's a medium heavy. It's a little bit stiffer, so I could set the hook and bring those fish in from long distances. I was throwing it on 17-pound Seaguar and VizX fluorocarbon. And the reason that I chose 17-pound was because I was fishing it around hard structure, stumps, rocks, anything and everything, and all of it was hard on your equipment. So I wanted to make sure I had bigger line just so I could land those bites. Each and every day I landed key bites on this Genie worm. And I just rigged it on a 1/4 ounce or a 3/8 ounce jig head. It's a jig head that I made here in my garage. Got a 5/0 hook in it. I just put the bigger hook in it. You could get by with a 4. This worm is not that big. I think it's probably 8 inches. It's 7.5 inches exactly. So you can throw a smaller hook, but I just chose to use the biggest hook to get those fish hooked good and get them in the boat. And again, I had 2 different colors. I was throwing plum and green pumpkin. I just wanted plum for when the sun was shining. And during the event, we had a lot of crazy weather. It'd be really sunny and hot, and then it would get cloudy and windy. And so I just had a couple different colors to change up to when the conditions changed. But again, I got key bites on this bait every single day of the tournament. And it's just one that I keep in my arsenal anytime I want to throw a Texas rig, or I want something that has a little less action than an actual ribbon tail worm. I'm going to throw this Genie worm. It worked for me there. We're getting ready to take off for the northern swing. I'm definitely going to have them. It's a good worm to throw on a wacky rig or a Nico rig. It's a great worm for those. It's got 2 egg sacs right in the middle of it, so it's got a little bit more meat there to hook that wacky rig through, to hold that hook, and it's a really effective way to fish it as well. So get you a pack of Genie worms, give it a try. I know it'll work. Fishing it around brush, fishing it out deep, fishing it on the bank. You can actually peg the Texas rig and pitch this bait around cover up on the bank. It works great for that as well. But had a few people ask me about that worm and what it exactly looked like and how I used it. So there it is, the Genie worm. Dardanelle, it worked great. It'll work great all over the country.